change the world.
On we go.
Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to Coffee Over Apples. My name's Steph, and today we are doing the end of the year book tag. So I wasn't really tagged by anybody to do this video, at least at the time that I'm recording it. I don't think I'm being tagged by anyone, but if I do end up getting tagged by someone by the time this video goes up, I will leave that information to that awesome person, if there is someone, because I know they will be awesome, in the description below. So, that being said, I was a little bit confused when I saw this book tag going around because, I mean, I am new to the booktubing community in the sense that I'd never made any booktube videos prior to 2020. However, I've been watching booktube for a while and I found it really interesting that up until now, I never realized that the end of the year book tag is done in like October, November. And I found that really interesting because I was like, but the year's not over yet. Why are we doing this now? But after reading some of the questions, I kind of understood that it's talking about what your plans are for the remainder of the year or how you've done so far in this year. So that's why I said, you know what, it makes sense just to do it now. So I'm gonna be answering some questions and then tagging some people at the end of this video. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful reading year so far. Here on Coffee Over Apples, we usually talk about bookish things, anime, manga things, life, art, teaching, and all the other stuff that I like to do and share with you. Hey, that rhymes. That was unintentional. Anyway, let's just jump right into these questions that I've got here on my phone. Question number 1 is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Yes. Series. Yes. There are many series that I've started and need to finish. I love series and it's surprising that I haven't finished. Okay, series that I've started this year, or rather that I've continued this year and need to finish. Game of Thrones. I read the 3rd book in the Game of Thrones series, which is A Storm of Swords, back in like March, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I've been itching to read the 4th one, which is A Feast of Crows. I love Game of Thrones. Yes, it is problematic. I read lots of problematic books. I do not shy away from problematic books. The more messed up something is, the more I kind of enjoy it. That might not make any sense, but I enjoy books that really get me to like focus on reality and the way that the world can be messed up sometimes and coming to terms with that reality. There's just so many messed up things in this book. History is messed up. If you've ever taken history classes, it's pretty morbid. So, I mean, I just love learning about those kinds of things. So, I need to finish this. Also, I'm so close to being done with the manga series for Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is my favorite anime series of all time. I'm picking up the 5th volume very, very soon, and that is the last installment in this manga series. And when it's over, I'm gonna cry because it's over and I just want more. Like, 5 omnibuses was not enough for me. I need like 20. I needed to keep going, but I will save my tears for another video. Also, I'm currently on volume number 4 of Tokyo Ghoul Re, which is the 2nd season of Tokyo Ghoul the manga, and at this point, my Tokyo Ghoul anime versus manga comparison video has hit over 3,000 views. Like, who am I? What is this? I never saw that coming. I only did that video because I really enjoy talking about anime and manga, which I want to do more frequently on this channel. And the fact that it's hit 3,000 views, it went up almost 6 months ago and I haven't put out a part 2. What is wrong with me? What am I doing with my life? So, by the end of this year, I need to finish volumes 4 through 14 of Tokyo Ghoul Re so I can hurry up and get you guys that part 2 of that Tokyo Ghoul video because it's taking me for freaking ever. So, priorities for 2020, finishing Game of Thrones, Neon Genesis, and Tokyo Ghoul. Question number 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? See, autumnal book. When I think of autumn books, I think of like horror or wintry books. I don't know. I don't really read books based on the season, but I mean, if you think about it, the last volume of Neon Genesis has snow on the cover, so that's kind of like going into wintry, right? And then Game of Thrones is all about winter is coming, so that's kind of autumnal wintry, right? Because technically this whole series is taking place in autumn right before the winter comes. So, is it cheating if I give the same answer? I don't know. Question number 3 is there a new release you're still waiting for? Is this whole video about to be a Game of Thrones video? Because we are still waiting for The Winds of Winter, which is book number 6 in the Game of Thrones series. And I mean, it's been 10 years since the last Game of Thrones book came out. It's not like I've read them all anyway, but that's because I'm milking it, because I'm taking my sweet time so that George R.R. Martin can hurry up and read this book. All I need him to do is lock himself in a cabin, keep his mouth shut, someone take away his cell phone so he can't tweet out anything dumb, and just finish the book. I don't need him to talk. I don't need him to tweet. I don't need him to Facebook. I don't need him to Instagram. I don't need him to do anything to mess this up for me. I just need him to finish that book so that I won't be so scared of getting through the last 2 books and having nothing to read for potentially a decade. Hurry up. George R.R. Martin, if you ever see this, hurry the hell up. Anyway, question number 4 is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Okay, I mean, I'm gonna stop talking about the ones I just talked about and try to talk about something different. Books that I want to read. Okay. I recently read Aurora Rising for a reading vlog, and although it's not a new favorite, although I didn't think it was like an astonishing new favorite, I am intrigued enough by the ending where I want to read the second one, and I want to read it soon while it's still kind of fresh in my mind. I read it about a month ago, and so I'm pretty sure sometime within either November or December, I'm gonna stop by my library and pick up Aurora Burning so that I can continue that series. I'm not a huge fan of Jay Kristoff. I'm coming to find out, even though I loved Illuminae series. The sarcasm's not for me, but that's okay. I'm going to continue that series very soon, hopefully, just because I'm intrigued. Also, I don't want to start a new series anytime soon until I finish the 3 series that I'm currently working on, but everyone and their mom has been talking about the Poppy War, and I've had it on my radar for a while. I'm really worried about it though, because things that usually tend to be really hyped on BookTube, I sometimes don't like, and I want this to be really dark. I want this to just go there, and it sounds like it does. Everyone says that it does. Everyone keeps talking about chapter 21, and I'm like, all right, it better go there. So, yeah. If I get the chance to finish one of these series that I'm reading and start that, I probably will. Also, my husband keeps asking me to watch Bird Box with him. He really wants to watch it, but I keep saying no because I want to read the book before I watch the movie. So I should probably hurry up and read that so that we can finally watch the movie together. I feel really bad that he's been waiting for me for like ever. So and we want to watch it together. So let me hurry up and see if I can get that out of the way so that we can watch this together. Next question is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I mean, this is such a Game of Thrones video, but considering how good the third one was, this might do it. I mean, the last book that we read for the Interstellar Book Club was really freaking good. It was The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson, and I went into that with zero expectations and ended up loving it. So I'm hopeful that a future pick from the Interstellar Book Club will become a new favorite, because I love sci-fi, and the fact that we are getting to explore more sci-fi that I've never heard of, or wouldn't have picked up sooner rather than later on my own, is really exciting. So I'm hoping that I might get a couple new favorites out of there. And then the last question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2021? I mean, kinda, sorta. Like, I want to start 2021 with a fresh slate. So I don't want to be continuing any series in 2021. If I could, like, finish all these series, I'm basically repeating the same thing this whole video. What is even the point? Are you even still watching? If you watched up until this point, if you didn't get tired of me ranting about wanting to finish these series up until this point, do me a favor and leave an emoji below. Any emoji. I want to see if anybody even got to this point. But, like, I just want to start fresh, new series. I'm gonna add to this question, and, like, books that I am excited to start after I finish these series. How about that? Yeah. Books that I want to read and series I want to start after I finish these series that I'm currently reading. Let's talk about that. 2021, I want to start Leviathan Wakes. I've heard so many things about that. It looks amazing. The cover art looks like amazing. So I want to read Leviathan Wakes. I want to start reading, is it The Three Body Problem? I think it's called The Three Body Problem. It's supposed to be First Contact with Aliens. I want to read that. That looks awesome. I also do not want to continue reading Tokyo Ghoul in 2021. I want that to have been, like, the 2021 anime of the year, right? Like, we went into this in every which way possible. But I've really been craving Inuyasha lately. If you don't know what Inuyasha is, it's an old anime. It's just so funny. It's not really a comedy, but it has comedic aspects to it. But it's like it's one of those back in time stories. There's a girl in the 21st century, or the 20th century rather, and she falls down a magical well, and she ends up in, like, feudal Japan, and there's demons, and there's priests and priestesses who are able to create spells that hinder these demons from hurting people, and it gets kind of violent, it gets kind of dark, it also gets pretty funny, and I like the romance in it. Look at me talking about romance. But I have a lot of nostalgia with that show, so I kind of want to go back to that. I also want to start reading Yu Yu Hakusho, which I got the first 5 volumes of the manga for, and I want to do a video comparison for Yu Yu Hakusho. I want to do an anime versus manga video comparison for Death Note. I mean, there's just so many videos I want to make and new series that I want to start, but I feel like I can't do that until I have a clean slate. So that is the goal right now. I don't know if I'm supposed to tag anybody to do this, so I'm just going to name a bunch of booktubers that you should check out, and then hopefully some of them have done this tag, and if so, then you should go watch it. If they haven't, then I hope that they would do it soon. So please go check out. If you enjoy anime and you don't follow Christy Liu, you need to. Christy Liu is awesome. She talks about manga all the time. She gives some really great recommendations. I mean, I wish I had her manga library, but I've been following her for a while. So please go check out Christy Liu. Also, one of my favorite booktubers right now is Monica from Mooney Reads, because Like, I don't know. Even though we both really like sci-fi, I feel like we have very different tastes, and I appreciate that about her. I appreciate her selections, and I appreciate how dark her selections can be sometimes. And so I feel like I've gotten a couple really good recommendations from her videos, and I love how honest she is. So if you want a really honest booktuber, go check out Monica. And one of the coolest, most stylish, oh my goodness, booktubers that I met recently through a live show that I did was the Booktube Goddess, and like, I wish I was on their level. Can you please go check out the Booktube Goddess? Like, editing skills times 1,000. I want to get on that level of style, of editing, of like book knowledge. So please go check out their channel. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, you guys, that's it for this video. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your reading in 2020, and I'll see you next time. Bye!